There are 4 toxic habits that can make people lose respect for you. These aren't just harmless quirks. They are behaviors that can seriously damage your reputation and relationships. You might be thinking, everyone has bad habits. And you're right, but the habits we are discussing today are particularly harmful because they strike at the core of how we interact with others. They can turn a promising friendship or professional relationship sour in no time. To give this topic a personal touch, I'll share some of my own experiences. Trust me, I've made plenty of mistakes along the way, and I've learned a lot from them. These stories are raw and honest, but I believe sharing them will help us all grow. By recognizing and overcoming these habits, we can start living a life full of dignity and respect. We'll also be drawing on the teachings of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers timeless advice for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. Stoicism is about more than just enduring hardships. It's about cultivating inner peace, integrity, and resilience. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's dive in. Ready? Let's get into it. Gossiping. Let's get real about gossiping. It's one of those habits that almost everyone indulges in, but no one wants to admit. I used to be a huge gossip, and it took a lot of painful lessons to realize just how damaging it was. Back in college, gossiping was practically a sport. My friends and I would sit around for hours, dissecting every little detail of other people's lives. At first it felt harmless, even fun. It made us feel connected, like we were in on some exclusive secret. But the truth is, gossiping is a toxic habit that can destroy trust and respect. I remember a girl in our group, let's call her Emily. She was quirky, introverted, and didn't always fit in. One day, I found out she had a crush on a guy who, let's just say, was way out of her league. Instead of keeping that information to myself, I shared it with my friends, and we laughed about it. The story spread quickly, and Emily soon found out. The look on her face when she realized her personal feelings had become a joke was heartbreaking. She eventually left the group, and I knew deep down I had crossed a line. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own character, not meddle in others' affairs. Gossip poisons trust. Another incident happened at my first job, where I shared sensitive information about a co-worker, John, which deeply hurt him and damaged our working relationship. I learned that gossiping shows a lack of integrity and respect for others' privacy. The Stoics believed in uplifting conversations, and this is a principle I now strive to follow. Being unreliable is a habit that can seriously erode respect. Reliability is foundational in both personal and professional relationships. If people can't count on you, they'll lose respect for you quickly. In my early 20s, I was known as the flaky one among my friends. I would make plans, then cancel at the last minute or not show up at all. One particular incident stands out. My close friend Sarah had spent weeks planning a birthday party, and I promised I'd be there. On the day of the party, I got caught up in something else and didn't bother to show up. I didn't even call until hours after the event had started. When I finally did call, I could hear the disappointment in Sarah's voice. Our friendship was never the same after that. I had shown her that I didn't value her time or effort. The same thing happened in my professional life when I missed deadlines and overcommitted myself, thinking I could charm my way through it. My boss pointed out my lack of reliability during a performance review, and it was a harsh wake-up call. Reliability is about showing respect for others' time and keeping your promises. If you want to earn respect, you have to be consistent and dependable. Interrupting others is a huge sign of disrespect. It tells people that what you have to say is more important than what they are saying. I used to interrupt constantly, thinking it showed enthusiasm or intelligence, but in reality, it showed a lack of respect. During my early career, I often cut people off in meetings, thinking I was being proactive. My manager eventually had to call me out on it, and it was embarrassing. Another incident occurred when a friend was sharing a personal story about his struggles with anxiety, and I interrupted him to share my own experience. Instead of feeling understood, he felt dismissed. This was a hard lesson, but it taught me that listening is about being present, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Interrupting others undermines their contributions and makes them feel undervalued. Stoicism teaches us to practice patience and active listening, qualities that build stronger connections and earn respect. Complaining is a habit that not only annoys people, but also drains their energy. I used to be a chronic complainer, always finding something to gripe about. At one point, I was constantly complaining about my job to anyone who would listen. Over time, I noticed people started avoiding me, and a close friend even pointed out that I had become negative and exhausting to be around. Complaining keeps you focused on problems rather than solutions, which is not attractive or productive. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. This shift in mindset helped me improve my relationships and earn back the respect I had lost. Instead of complaining, I now focus on gratitude and finding solutions to challenges. In conclusion, these 4 habits, gossiping, being unreliable, interrupting others, and complaining, are toxic and can significantly damage your relationships and reputation. Recognizing and working on these behaviors can help you build a life of dignity, respect, and stronger connections. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Let's strive to live better, more respectful lives. Until next time, stay strong and stay stoic.